So I've never owned a pair of these sneakers before, and I always like look of them being an Air Max one or an Air Max fan in general, and try to have like one of every sort of silhouette, I guess, and or the ones that I like anyway. And this is the Air VaporMax 2023 Flyknit, and I picked these up on sale. They were, I think, £105, and basically the colorway they look a bit more lighter online, and the way the online photos sort of show these is basically this is all looks like a sort of beige or white, but when I've got them in hand, they've obviously got a bit of a sort of this brown sort of dark beige tint to them, which I don't personally like too much, in all honesty. It's got that kind of almost giving off the gold vibes, and I don't mind that on sneakers, but I don't like it so predominant. And on this one it is quite sort of predominant, and I think they've done a bit of a marketing trick with the photos online and not giving the true representation of this, and lightened it up a bit than actually what I actually got in hand. But I like the VaporMax silhouette anyway. I think it's very cool, like the fact that they've got the whole of the midsole as basically a bubble, and that's what I always like about it. And then you've got this little mini swoosh on the midsole as well as kind of on the medial and lateral side of the sneaker, and just the clearness of it just running all the way along. And I have to say, it feels really grippy on foot as well, so I was quite sort of surprised by that. This stuff feels really grippy, and I thought it won't be that good and won't be that supportive, but it also feels quite sort of supportive on foot as well. So I thought I may not be getting on with these in terms of their stability, but it feels nice on foot, and I like this sort of Flyknit material that they have up here as well. It's quite nice, not like amazing, but it's quite nice. I think this inner lining is nice around the ankle collar, and the thing that I don't like is obviously it being sort of recycled materials, which I don't mind, but I think the roughness of it in terms of the sort of materials used is not the greatest in terms of durability. So that's kind of my only concern with this particular pair. But other than that, big fan of the silhouette, but not particularly this colorway. So here are the details for the Nike Air VaporMax Flyknit Sanddrift. It comes in a Sanddrift and bronze colorway, and this has a full length Air Max unit in the midsole and outsole, and it's also got a Flyknit upper, and it's made up of all synthetic materials, and the price was £190. So with the comfort and sizing, these are on the medium to firm side in my opinion, and you think that they'll be a lot more sort of softer, but the midsole is mainly, even though it's filled with air units and there's a bit of give to it, it's still sort of on the medium to firm side. And because of the way these are, they're kind of made almost like lifestyle sneakers now, but they do have good neutral support around the arch and just your foot in general. It doesn't feel like you're fighting against the trainer. And because of the Flyknit upper, there's no sort of wearing time. It's a very sort of flexible material. And true to size definitely works with these. I just went a half size up just to be on the safe side, as this was my first pair. And good traction basically on these. I was surprised because I thought the fact that it's got almost like an Air Max unit at the bottom, that the traction wouldn't be good, but it's got sort of extra sort of rubber pieces to basically give you just that bit more reinforcement when you're on the ground, and just a bit more grip. So I think it works well. So with the look and style, I do like the neutral colours and details. However, for me, there's just probably a bit too much bronze on there, and it's a good one to wear sort of spring summertime because it's got the Flyknit upper. It's going to let in a bit of breathability as well, so that's the reason why I say spring summer. And also the midsole isn't one of those ones that you want to get dirty, because I think it'll yellow quite quickly. And it's a good one for casual wear really. These aren't sort of trainers for sort of smart wear. And you can go with the beige laces or even brown laces on this. So with the final thoughts, I like the Flyknit upper. I'm a big fan of that particular material anyway, and especially like with this pair, it's kind of similar to the Flyknit trainers of old. And it's a great one for summer, like I say, because of the breathability and the top upper being quite sort of lightweight. And the full length Air Max unit, whether it's not very comfortable, and at the same time it still looks very cool and very futuristic still. In terms of cons, I'm not a fan of this particular colorway. I bought it because online the photos showed, you know, the bronze colour being slightly more muted, but getting it in hand, it feels quite sort of vibrant and a bit too much, sort of almost to the point of gold, and I'm not a fan of that. And because it's using recyclable materials, which is not a bad thing, and obviously I'm all for that, but the durability, I've just got a bit of a question mark over there. I'm not sure how long they'll last. They feel a little bit on the cheap side. And the cost, I think at the price that they're put out there, really expensive. You know, grabbing them on sale is a better pill to swallow. But I think these should be around the 140, 150 pound mark. So with the ratings, I give the look and style for this one a 4 out of 5. I really like the silhouette itself. I think it's really cool and, like I say, futuristic. But for me, it's one of those ones where I'm just not a fan of the actual colour. So that's the reason I've given it a 4. And the comfort, it's not like it's horrible. It's obviously better than something like an Air Max 1, for instance. But I would probably say it's still in the sort of same line as like an Air Max 90 or an Air Max Plus. It's not doing anything too special. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 3. I think, like I say, it's constructed really well. There's nothing wrong with the construction, and I'm just concerned about the durability of the Flyknit upper and basically the, you know, insole as well. So because it's made up of, like I said, recyclable materials, and like I said earlier, it's not a bad thing of using those kind of materials, but it just feels slightly on the cheap side. And the pricing, it's just priced way too high, so that's why I've given it a score of 3. But overall, it's still a solid sneaker. If you're a fan of the colorway, then and you like this particular silhouette, then obviously it's one of those ones where you're gonna love it. But for me, I'm just not a fan of this particular colorway, and I probably prefer just the sort of white or grey color.